and welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is Maria and I am the owner and founder of the New Mummy Company. We are based here in Oakville, Ontario, and today I want to talk to you about growth spurts. If you're currently pregnant, you may have been reading a little bit about what a growth spurt is. If you've already had your baby, it's probably fair to say you've already been through one or a couple of these momentous events. So the first thing I want to say is that these growth spurts are very, very normal, but I agree 100% with you. They are a little inconvenient and they can be frustrating. The reason for them is Mother Nature. She has pre-programmed your baby to need more from you so that you are going to boost your milk supply so that you can keep up with their increased needs. However, it is going to be hard on you. So I want to give you some hints and tips, what to look out for and how to get through it. So first things first, how frequent are they? When do they happen? So typically they're going to happen about 5 times in your baby's first year of life. Babies grow so rapidly and increase their weight and everything that they do over the first year. So it will come as any great surprise that there is quite a few of them. The difficult thing to pin down is exactly when they happen. So I'm going to give you some ranges as to when they happen. So typically within the first week to 3 weeks, averaging somewhere in and around 10 days is very common. So you've probably adjusted to your first week of life and just beginning to think, okay, we can do this. This isn't too bad. And then bang comes this really insatiable appetite from your baby. And you're sort of wondering, what did I do wrong? What did I do? Well, you didn't do anything wrong. It's your baby's way of trying to increase their weight and increase their growth, but it's also their way of demanding more milk from your body. And as a result, as we know, breast milk is all about supply and demand. So as your body gets that signal and gets that message, it sort of goes, okay, duly noted, let's make more. And so as your baby continues to grow, your body will have to be able to continue with it. So as I said, round about the first week, so somewhere between week 1 and week 3, you'll see your first growth spurt. That's usually enough to knock you off your feet and make you wonder, oh my goodness, what's going on? But once you've been through the first one, then you're a little bit more prepared for the second and subsequent ones. So when did the next one happen? Again, a range of about 6 to 8 weeks. Some people will say they had a one at week 1, week 3, and week 6. And again, that's not uncommon either. So between week 1 and week 3, between week 6 and week 8, between 3 months approximately, then again at 6 months, and then again at 9 months. By the time your baby reaches 9 months, they have significantly changed from where they were as a newborn, to the point where you wouldn't recognize them. They changed so much. And typically by 9 months, the baby has also started on solids. And so that's another reason as to why growth spurts are not quite needed so much in their more infant stage as opposed to their newborn stage. As you go through the initial growth spurts, it can be tempting to think about giving your baby some supplemented formula. And yes, it is exhausting, and I appreciate that. But you have to remember why you're going through the growth spurt. So if you can hang in there, I would highly suggest doing it, because as I mentioned, your milk supply is based on demand from your body. And typically what will coincide with a lot of the growth spurts is a reduction in your hormones. And so as those hormones are leaving your body and are reducing, your body relies even more on demand. And so if your baby is demanding all of this milk, and demand sometimes has a negative connotation, and it's not meant to be. The baby is doing what it's meant to do. Baby is doing his or her job. So yes, it's exhausting on you. So if you're prepared for it, then you can plan for it and you can get through it a little bit easier. So how do you plan for it? How do you prepare for it? I hear you ask. Great question. First of all, the first couple of weeks, the first two growth spurts in particular, you are still very much recovering from the delivery and the birth of your baby. So my suggestion would be a side lying in bed or on the sofa position for you in most of the opportunities to feed during the day so that you can rest. Get a TV or your iPad or whatever and sit and watch all of those Netflix or Apple or whatever channels that you've been meaning to watch that you just haven't had the opportunity to do so that baby can feed and sleep and rest and you can do the same. It is important that you look after yourself. But if you have someone who can look after you, that's even better, so that you can look after baby and they can look after you. You need to stay well hydrated, you need to be well nourished, and of course you need to rest. So when baby is with you and baby is side lying and feeding, you can be in a more comfortable, relaxed position. But obviously if baby's going to fall asleep and if you think you want to take a nap, then from a safe sleep perspective, do hand baby over to another person, either your partner, a postpartum doula, your mom, whoever you might have supporting you. When the second and third and fourth growth spurts come along, you might be feeling a little bit more like yourself, so you might be happy to sit on the sofa, but you will be sitting under baby for anything from 3 to 5 days. That's when you're going to notice the fussiness increases, the appetite increases, the time between feeds decreases, and you're thinking, wow, we just fed an hour, 2 hours ago, and now they're starving like they've never been fed. You're also going to notice that baby is just overall hungrier. So those are your key things to look for, and particularly the fussiness, because most babies are not fussy as a rule. Now, the fussiness can also come from teething, from diaper rash, from, general colds and fevers and knocks and bumps that all of those babies will get too. So make sure that you are looking at the time frame to make sure it's coinciding with it. It is going to be something that you will get through, and you'll get through it relatively quickly because it is just 3 to 5 days. But if you're prepared for those 3 to 5 days, it makes it so much easier. I hope that you will find this helpful. I would love to know in the comments below what you did during your growth spurt. Did you know your baby was going through a growth spurt, or did you just think that baby was just insatiable? Did you perhaps stop breastfeeding as a result, thinking that you didn't have enough breast milk, enough support, enough opportunities to support you to continue with nursing your baby? So if nursing is difficult for you anyway, and you are having issues, we do understand that when a growth spurt comes along, and if it's a big one, that it really can be the icing on the cake for a lot of people to say, you know what, I'm done. But there is help, there is support, so do consider a lactation consultant. That is an IBCLC, an internationally board certified lactation consultant, because they can help you. They can give you lots of hints and tips, because they will come to your home and visit you and give you all of the support that you need to be able to get you through a couple of those days. And really, if you have someone who can take care of you, it will make all the difference to get through those days. I know you can do it. So I hope that you found this helpful. Please do get in touch with us if we can provide you with any other educational support or guidance. For now, it's goodbye from me. We would love to have you join us on our journey, and join and click that subscribe button down below. And we'll see you next time on our next video. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.